Hey guys, it is Booligan with Booligan Airsoft and Airsoft Insider Magazine, and I've got an AR-15 here, but it's not just any AR-15. You'll notice when you start looking at this that there's a couple of interesting things that jump out at you. First off, this isn't a normal upper receiver. It's definitely something a little bit more trick, a little bit more custom. This trigger, kind of high speed, and this pistol grip is way too, wait a minute, there's no motor in here because this is not an AEG. This is a gas blowback rifle from PTS, and it is the PTS Mega Arms MKM CQB. This is the short and updated version of their previous MKM gas blowback rifle based on the real rifle from Mega Arms. And it's been updated with some of their newest features, some of PTS's newest parts, and things like that. So, first thing you'll notice is the grip. We've got the new gas blowback EPM, the enhanced polymer magazine. So you do the magazine with the grip. You have a enhanced polymer grip, which is more vertical and is designed for gas blowback use. And you have the EPS, the enhanced polymer stock, which is really popular for the AEG guys because it has a ton of battery space inside, but for the gas blowback guys, it doesn't matter because you don't have to put batteries in it. But it still works very well, sliding to adjust to its different positions. And in the butt, you've got plenty of room for batteries or candy bars or whatever really you want to put in there, because it doesn't matter, because you don't need to put batteries in there because this guy doesn't run off of batteries. This uses an LM4 style system, so a similar system that you would find in the KWA gas blowback series. In fact, that is who these are manufactured by. If you read that right there, made by KWA. They function basically exactly like a real AR-15. Because it is empty, the bolt locks back, but you can release the bolt using that. It is a very similar to a real steel style bolt carrier group and buffer assembly. Everything looks very similar. Obviously, they're not the same, and they work in different ways, and you can't just go putting this on real AR. You can't put real AR parts on this. Nothing will work because that would be dangerous and very problematic. But if you're familiar with the care and maintenance of a real AR-15, keeping one of these guys running will be a piece of cake. You have fixed, well not fixed, they're not flip up, but you have adjustable iron sights, rear and in the front. Front's this nice little compact guy that I really like. You have realistic features on this. You have a real style gas system, gas tube in there, actually gas piston system. You can kind of look, you see a spring and all that other stuff. And you have seven in fact, key mod mounting surfaces on the handguard. This thing is not particularly lightweight for a CQB oriented gun, but it is very well manufactured, and frankly, sometimes when you make something out of metal, it gets to be a little bit heavy when you're building it to be sturdy. Let's go ahead, we'll go put some rounds through this, see how it shoots. Some quick notes before I do that. Price on these is about 420 bucks, so they are not particularly cheap, but they're not crazy expensive like some other gas blowback rifles that are on the market, especially when you have all the unique parts that these have separating them from all the other gas blowback rifles on the market. Skirmish ability with this is obviously going to vary on your budget because the mags are not particularly inexpensive. They're heavy, and you're going to want a lot of them, especially because they have very low capacity. That being said, this thing has excellent gas economy, way better gas economy than I was expecting, and will put, well over 100 rounds on a single gas fill of a single gas fill of either propane or green gas, depending on what you're running. So, without much ado, let's go out, let's shoot this thing, see how it goes. A little windy out here, so my sound quality may be iffy, but we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put some rounds through this. Take a quick look at some of the features. So you can see, got a mag loaded up with BBs, you got your bolt carrier in the back position. Up here you have your hop-up adjuster, which the kit comes with a tool to adjust it. The gun comes with a tool, very similar to KWA gas blowback pistols. And then when you're ready to shoot, put that bolt forward and you're in business. Let's put some rounds through the chrono, let's put some rounds downrange. As you can see, after some velocity spikes in the high and in the low, it kind of settled in to around 365 feet per second. Let's put some rounds downrange with it. First thing that you're going to want to do before putting any rounds downrange is adjust your hop up. This lever right here locks in place. Use it to adjust the hop up to where you want it to be. So let's fiddle with this for a little bit and then try to put some rounds on our 100-foot target. Okay, we're at the 100-foot range. Let's see what we can do. Takes a minute for the hop up to kind of settle in. Go. And we're out. Let's do some full auto testing. One thing to note with gas blowback rifles is that they're very susceptible to colder temperatures. Right now my ambient temperature is only about 61 degrees, so not too warm, not too cold, and this mag's been shooting for a while, so it's very cold to the touch. So look what it does to your full auto rate of fire. This is going to be just dry firing, but you can see thing really lugs, and we're really running out of gas here pretty quick, and this mag is getting almost too cold to touch. So obviously gas blowback rifles are mainly designed for warmer environments, not really for super cold weather shooting. 60 degrees is not super cold weather shooting, obviously, but it's far from the ideal conditions for a gun like this, especially if I've been doing some test shooting with it already. Which really brings me to kind of the biggest issues with gas blowback rifles, and that's that they're hard to skirmish with. They have low magazine capacity. Generally, they have low gas capacity because you don't have that big of a gas reservoir to deal with, and they're super finicky when it comes to temperature regulate or temperature fluctuations, even more so than gas blowback pistols are, it seems. Mainly just because they use more gas. So you do suffer from cooldown, your shots do lose a lot of velocity. You saw when we did the chrono testing, we had some kind of weird, funky rises and dips before it eventually settled out at around 360 feet per second. On the 100-foot range, sure, you could hit your rounds on target, that's not a problem. But whether you could do that on the first shot or the third shot, if you're doing it in rapid succession, who knows? And unless it's really hot outside, your velocity, your cooldown effect is going to kind of just go down really quickly. For training purpose, things like this are beautiful. They're perfect for training, for force-on-force training, for law enforcement, for police departments, military units even. If like National Guard units want to train with these, they can. But for skirmishers, for you and I out on the field, usually a gas blowback rifle is going to put you at a severe disadvantage, and it's just going to change the way that you play. So if you're up for the challenge, a gas blowback rifle like the Mega Arms MKM CQB by PTS, it's a good option. But just don't expect to hit the field with this thing and be, the best player that you can be without adapting and changing your skill set drastically. So many thanks to PTS for sending this over so we can check it out. If you're interested in picking up one of these, you can find them at most Airsoft retailers, including EVIC, Airsoft GI, things like that. And as always, none of this would be possible without you guys watching. So thanks for watching.